Hujambo mtazamaji wa Praise TV. Natumai usalama popote ambapo unatazamia. Jina langu ni Victoria Brenda na kuletea The Light Show, where if you knew then what you know now. Kipindi ambacho kilipita tulikuwa tunawaletea masuala ya how to start a relationship. Na tukaongelea mambo mengi sana ambayo yalikuwa msaada kwetu. Nimemleta huyu mgeni tena ili tuende ile next ambayo tunasema ni dating. Na kabla sijaingia ndani kabisa, ningependa kumkaribisha ili tena aweze kujitambulisha. Karibu.
Asante sana watazamaji na marafiki, tunashukuru kwa nafasi nyingine. Naitwa Jerry Gashoi au Dr. Jerry Gashoi. Napenda Yesu Kristo kama mwokozi wa maisha yangu. Nafurahi kuwa tena katika The Light Show and I believe that Bwana atatusaidia kujua na kuelewa. As we have said, to be doers of the word. Kujua yale Bwana anataka, then we be doers of the word.
Amen.
Yes.
And Dr. Njeri, ukitaka kumpata kule kwenye ofisi zake, bila shaka tutalipia. Lakini this show ndiye anawaletea ushauri kwa bure kabisa. Hakuna mtu ameambiwa tuma sadaka yako amenitwa nini, malipo yako.
Malipo inakuanga fee.
Professional, professionalism yako yenye umefanya. Lakini today she is going to guide us free of charge. Hiyo ndio sasa uzuri wa The Light Show hapa kwenye Medal of Praise TV peke yake. Na nashukuru sana kwa kukubali kuja tena. Na watu walisaidika sana na kipindi kile ambacho kilipita kwa sababu tumejifunza how to start a relationship. Si ile mtu ananikuta alafu nasema yes. Na yeye ndio ako ready na mimi I was not ready. But today we are going to discuss about a different topic about dating. Na kama vile ambavyo tunafahamu dating, ukisema tu dating mtu anasema ni watu wawili. Hata nikikuja nikwambie your daughter is dating, uko like kuna mahali ambapo kwa tunaelekeza mawazo yetu sisi wote kwa pamoja. Sasa ningependa uanze kutufunza hiyo topic leo kwa sababu ninajua wewe una ushauri tofauti sana na vile sisi tuna maoni nayo. What is dating?
Let's say that dating has different meaning in different context. Na ni vizuri kuelewa kwa sababu wakati mwingine I think how we have understood dating, especially for Christians, is quite wrong. And that's why we need to, in fact I was saying, I don't know whether we can call it dating, but it's okay. When we talk about dating, we are talking about that time when we are in a relationship that seems to be trying out. It is like verifying or trying to see whether this person can be one that you can be in a relationship. We call it like, let's say you have met this person in proximity, accidentally, or one time in a fellowship, or one time in a meeting. So that is the first time you see the person. Then later we said it comes to the where we now see what we call familiarity, because now if you ever met again, then this person is like, oh, where did we meet? Now he's no longer now a stranger, he is now somebody who is familiar. Now beyond that, we said you must go, there is what we call now similarity. Similarity is where now you may, because after even finding the person, but if you have nothing in common, it's very hard to keep the company of that person. So what happens? You find, okay, you're meeting in the same church, or even in fellowship, or you work in the same place, or you find you go to the same supermarket, or even in the gym in the neighborhood, you see? So, or even you love mission. So what happens? You find all of a sudden that person was one time a stranger, now became familiar, now is similar in the fact that you see you have things that you like in common. And so sometimes after that, that's where sometimes people now start saying, oh, wow, are you free? Today we go and take a cup of tea. That actually is what we are saying, starting of what we call dating. Wow. Okay? Somehow it's like you are narrowing down. You're more like keen interest. Let me say, I'm not saying it's like what Moses did. I'm not equating that to dating. But I'm saying like the way first Moses is just doing his own business. He is just taking care of the sheep. Then he sees something that is strange. You know, he does not just, others just see something and then just walk away. Now he gets some interest. He draws closer. He says, I want to see why these bushes not budding. Now within that time, now he's already in proximity to the fact that now he can be able to know more about the strange happening. I believe when it comes to dating, it's more like you had this person you saw accidentally. There's this person now that you have seen that he's no longer a stranger. Now it's like you keep approaching. Now when we saying that somebody has already become familiar, now is similar, now what happens is we start drawing nearer, okay? We seem to be like this person, we think more about them. It's more like we are happy to see them. So what happens now, we look forward to a time that we can spend together. Or even though it's just like casually, let's go and take tea. So, or coffee. So in that way, it's more like you are trying now to draw closer or nearer to understand this person. So what happens is that time of drawing a person away from the rest, so that you may know the person as you try to consider whether this is a person that I can, be in a relationship with in future. That is consideration of a future relationship. But it is like you are just like drawing closer, just to knowing this person and maybe more about the person before now we say you pop out that question of would you want to be? Okay?
Yes.
Yeah, and so sometimes this is where the dating can take long. We don't have a time limit. So what happens is once it becomes like there's no agenda, there's no purpose. You see, you're not in a relationship yet. So it's like you can be dating this person and tomorrow you find she's gone out with a date with another person because it's not exclusive already. Then what happens is that it's very easy for this to fall out if there is nothing that has a purpose in it.
Okay.
And some of them even sometimes we just do for the sake of it because we've had somebody else is dating. So you can come and say, let's go out for a date without ever thinking or having no idea. I mean that intent that later I would want to have a relationship with you. So that's the problem. So because dating is not really like exclusive. Yes.
People really say that because he has taken another person, I'll just take another person. If you hear this program, you realize that it takes a lot of things. See, it's not a matter of me wanting to hurt someone.
Yes.
So I go on a date with another person. Ni mambo ya kukaa chini na kufikiria. And we also have people that wameenda dating for 6 years. Others for 2 years. Others for 7 years.
I think there's a confusion between dating and relationship. Because if I am in a dating or we are dating for more than a year, then we are wasting one another's time. Because dating, by the way, I said, and sometimes this is what I keep saying, it's just like going out and you are looking for a fitting pair of jeans. So no one should ask you, you wore this one, kwa nini hukununua hiyo, kwa nini hukulivaa hii. I'm only trying out. In fact, it is called trying out.
Wow.
So the trying out is this. I look at it and I think it looks like it can fit me. But wait until I try it. And then I realize, wow, it is either too narrow or too. Then I ask for another one. But the issue is this. I've not gone to the extent of buying or going with it home. So the problem is dating, and when we are talking about dating, is where people think there are even other part of intimate relationship. Dating should be just as casual as it should be. It's only that you are like with a friend, but now not with the young people called kerede. You're not in a kerede. You are like you've taken out somebody. And so today, if I have not said it is you, I don't think you have any problem with it. Yes, tomorrow you hear, oh yeah, we went with Jane out, or we went with, because what I'm just simply saying is that a casual relationship as we try to know one another more. I have not said you are the one.
It is just dating, like she's saying. Dating is different from courtship.
Yes.
It is so different. Now someone is dating you.
Yes.
You don't even know that person's parents.
Yes.
You don't even know the family. You don't even know what he likes or don't like. I've seen this behavior. One day, nilikuwa naingia gari na kulikuwa na hao walikuwa na date. It's a very nice story, by the way. Na kuna msichana anasema, nimebukia mtu hii kiti. Unajua penye tumepanda ni mbali, penye amebukia mtu ni mbele. Na hii ni matatu. So tukakaa kwa nafasi ambako ile yenye amebook. Kufika pale, alishuka gari akasema, mimi nataka ile kiti nilikuwa nimebook. Watu wote wakaulizana kwa nini? Kwa sababu nataka kukaa na yeye. It's just like a young boy and a young girl. Like lazima nikae na yeye, nataka kukaa kwa hiyo kiti. Unajua? Na hiyo nina believe it was dating. Kwa sababu alikuwa anaenda town nadhani ku have coffee na chips na nini. It was dating, lakini the way she was behaving, she could have killed somebody. Kama ungekatalia kwa hiyo kiti. Anataka hiyo kiti huyo kijana akalie. Na that one is just dating. Na vile umesema utusaidie tujue kwa sababu we put more time. Saa zingine hata tunafanya mambo mingi because I do a lot of things to this guy and we are just dating.
Yes.
Sasa ndio kunakuja kuwa na heartbreak wakati ana realize I'm not fit for him.
True.
Just like you have said, if we are dating, it is just casual.
Yes.
So if I hear this man has gone out with another girl, it is just okay. He's trying.
He's just trying. He's just trying to see, like I have, I've said, like though you just go buying a dress. You see so many dresses, but before you say this is what I'm going to wear, you try out others. And it's not like, I'm not saying that dating meaning that you are trying so many people, even playing around with their emotions until you settle on one. What I mean is this, by just simply going out with somebody, talking with somebody, having time together, you can see whether they regard you, whether they care about you, whether they really think you mean a lot to them, because you can even see as you talk. Maybe you're talking about the things you like, what you do, what you're studying, where is your home, whether they have any interest or regard for what you're saying. That also creates more of a connection.
Yes.
So that by the time, as they say, you wait for that time, they will pop up that, question. That question.
Yes.
You're like, this person, I am already comfortable. We can now, what will they say? We can move this relationship or this relationship further to the next stage where now it is me and you now trying out now as we plan. I mean, we are working it out towards marriage. So that's when we talk about courtship, because courtship would be for people who are now going towards marriage. But dating is where now I mean, I'm just trying to understand myself and my relationship with people as, because sometimes people date and they are not emotionally mature.
Yes.
They are not even financially mature. They're not mentally mature. Maybe you have not even finished you are not completed your education. Yes. Maybe this is a person who just wants to settle by next year and you are realizing you have 2 years to go. If you find that does not work out, you don't go now to the next stage of a relationship.
Wow.
And you can remain friends, but then you don't proceed further. The problem is that we have never, I don't know whether we are able to relate with people to the stage of friendship, so that even when somebody was a date does not pick you or does not pop that question to you, but pops that, but you just don't like say you're no longer my friend, baka you delete and all that, you block. That shows there was never friendship. We need to grow a relationship into friendship, mutual, what you call mutual, before now it develops to the intimate or that one of a love relationship.
Wow, you talked about friendship. I wanted to ask that. While dating, you must be friends. Again, while dating, jua huyu mtu, what do you like? What don't you like?
True.
I become your friend. And becoming your friend si ile kubite mtu huku nyuma alafu unaenda unatoroka. Na as she has said, if you are friends, sasa mtu akiamua no, I'm not going to marry Victoria, I'll take Noel instead. You will not be like, oh, you will not shave your hair and cry and scream and want to jump into the river. It was just dating. He was just trying. And then after this topic, ndo tutaelewa position zao, because people are dating and they're behaving as if they are married already. Hata wameskip hiyo ya courtship. Wameskip kabisa. Because a guy has asked you out. Now it's like he's all mine. Hata sijui anasemanga hizi vitu kwa nini.
In fact, there is that issue where you almost think that he should always, it is she or he is now yours. Dating, I've said, is so, it is the lowest level of relationship that it doesn't even have in what you call the privileges, or you should not have the privileges of even anything that is in a marriage, where you even share like money, where you share even munaanza kukopana pesa, munaanza I don't know, that one, or even invite somebody amekupea jacket yake umeenda, if you are dating now, when you find somebody now giving you like a jacket, au unakupea kitu, something his or hers, then there seems to be like now an attachment. Kuna vile kuna mtu anaweka stake. Unajua ile stake, unapigilia mti pahali ukisema huku ni kwangu. Now you can see somebody is already going that. If you have not already said, but can we now be ghosted and see now this, what do you call it? Like we make it now more personal. It is us now. We are not going to date others. We are working towards to see whether it's going to be a relationship. Now in that way, now you can see now that one becoming more a little bit exclusive than the other one where people are dating. Do you know even people can have what we call group dates? And group dates is where you can decide to go 4 of you or 3 of you and just decide to go and have tea with some young people. They may be of the same faith and same church and all that, and that all of you are chatting together as you have topics, as you share together. That is still another way of learning another person more.
Wow, we've been losing out.
But now the dating is like so exclusive and so intimate to the fact that even we lose it. Yes,
we have been losing it. Kwa sababu unaona in dating ndio unapata mtu anaanza kuinvest, like you were saying, it is not in dating, it is the lowest. Kabisa hiyo ni ya chini. If someone is dating you, tafadhali, this is not courtship. It is not even courtship. This is something that you do. Hata watu wengi hawajui you're dating someone because it's not that serious.
It's not that serious. It may not even be so frequent.
And dating haijakufikisha kwa mahali where you visit your guy in his house. You guys are supposed to meet outside in public, have tea, talk, laugh. And you don't even have specific topic.
You can even go and visit some place together, go to a park or even drive, but it has not gone to the personal where you come to my house, you go to his house. Now if it goes there, then you already now going beyond the boundaries of dating.
And that's why these days a lot of people have ruined their lives already while dating. Kwa sababu hawakuelewa after dating you go to courtship. Like you have said, mnajitenga sasa. It is now us. It is now us. Let us work together, the two of us. Let us work together tuone kama in future tutakaa pamoja sisi wawili. But in dating ndio unapata mtu sijui mpaka ameenda kumpoison mwingine because that guy is mine. Now this guy is restricted from saying hi to other ladies. He's restricted from if he walks with his sister, he must tell me first. So that I'll be aware he will be walking with his sister today
and not somebody else.
Wow.
Now that means we are also not secure in our relationships because that means we are so insecure. And I want to say this, don't even start a relationship when you are insecure. When you are not emotionally stable, when you are comfortable first with yourself, so that it's not like you feel like I need somebody. You know that you say I'm so lonely. I feel like I'm not complete. If you go to a relationship thinking you want to be completed, then what will happen is that you are so deficient. You're bringing deficiency in the relationship. So it's like so parasitic. You even make the other person feel like I'm sustaining this person. In fact, if you are in a relationship or dating where you find like you go home feeling drained, then that dating should not continue. That relationship should not continue. I mean, you are there and it's like the person, it's either one way. You are going for a date and the person is just simply bragging about himself. Yours does not, even before you say something about you, you are there to celebrate him or to celebrate her. Her accomplishment, it is her show. So at the end of it, you just wonder, exactly what did we go out to do? And it's like, don't push yourself. Again, if you find again that you're being belittled, maybe it's like, you should I mean, whatever you are doing or you are talking, it's like I've seen young people go even out for dates and you're talking about your hometown or your place. And it's like, look at that place, that bush. And then it's always yours is there, his or hers is here. Ati shule, ati ulikuwa wapi? Sisi tulikuwa. Unajua that there, whatever. Then whatever. Unajua tulikuja tuna shida. So every other time, anakuangalia, anakuweka chini. After that, it's like, in the university, or you say, I was in there. Every other time in the course. So you always find like in this relationship, even as you talk, you're feeling like you are here. Anytime you go, even whether it was talk, we were there and it was tea time or it was coffee, and you go home and feeling like, I don't know, but I think I didn't enjoy. Then you should be frank with yourself. Is this what you want always? Because at the end of it, if it is his show, it will always be, he will run it as his show or her show. It will never be part of it. It should be mutual.
And these things happen because you'll find a guy dating a lady who is trying all her best to please this guy. Yani kama ni kuoga naoga mara 7, ajipake vitu hako anajipakaga, avae kiatu hako anavaa, because this guy is making her feel like uko hapa sana. You need to up your game kidogo. And she's working so hard to actually keep this relationship.
True.
Like yani she's stressing herself. Na unapata mtu, yani you cannot just be free and say mimi huwa siwezani na hiyo. Bill zangu haziwezi fika hapo. I cannot do with this and this and this. Saizi I'm just studying. I can only afford books and food and rent. Sasa kuna hiyo dating na tunaambiwa saizi if you feel like you are out of place, just take yourself out of place.
Yes.
Yeah, you should take yourself.
Don't force yourself into a relationship that you find it's very unequal, very unbalanced. And I think that's why even the Bible says so well that do not be unequally yoked. When we talk about unequal meaning, I am on this side, you on this side. If we are not on the same level, it doesn't matter. You see, I believe there are things like now, sometimes, I don't know, I call them non-negotiables. You are a Christian, and I'm saying here, because I believe most of our viewers, one of the things that we ascribe to is Christian faith. If you are a Christian, then the only way to show that you are Christian is obedience to the word of God. It is where you are Christ-like. So when the Bible is asking us why we, should not be unequally yoked, it's like you're talking about, I look at, if you were to put 2 different animals in a yoke, you want them to work. There is a Buddha, and then maybe you put an ox, and you're trying to make them work. One of them knows it's supposed to be used for plowing. Ingine punda ni ya mizigo. Now, na ibebe iende. So when you are unequally yoked, that means even purpose, you don't have the same purpose. Then again, even your structure, body, or like the donkey and the ox, is not the same. So you try to put the yoke and it's so uneven, one of them must hurt. And so one of it is harmed by the yoke, and this is what happens. You are a Christian there, and you're saying, there's no problem. He's a good young man. He even goes to church. He could even be the son of a pastor. But does he ascribe to the faith? Sure enough, that will be an unequal yoke. One of you will strain. Because you are there, you feel like you don't want to embarrass him by faith. You don't want to keep saying, no, we seek the will of God. And it's like, what is it? What's all about the will of God? What is happening? You have an unequal yoke. So one of you feels like we should go this way and the other one this way. And so what will happen? You will stray. And at what cost? I was talking to another young man the other day, and he was telling me, I know I gained her, but I lost myself. I don't know. Wow. He was saying, and this is many years now, he's talking about a relationship that's now married for 10 years. As we talked, a man that never used to drink drinks. Wow. And he was saying, I couldn't start staying in that house. I was always, I know, maybe she doesn't know I've wept, but this is what I want to say. That let me just use like Peter. I said, I gained Rose, I lost Peter. Wow. And I asked him, what do you want? He says, I wish I can find that Peter that had values, that had self-respect. It's like I don't even have my own self-respect.
Wow. Wow.
And this is where, if it's an unequal yoke, one will have to strain.
Wow. Even into marriage.
Yeah.
If you're lucky enough to be watching the light show, saizi ndo time yako mzuri ya kurekebisha. Because most of things we do because we lack knowledge.
Yeah.
But we have brought knowledge to you. They say you go and look for knowledge. Now we have brought knowledge to you. Tafadhali watch Middle of Praise TV every Sunday at 8 p.m. Na marudio yake ni Saturday 6 jioni. Watu wasiendelee kupotea because we have also this relationship whereby a man has just said, can we go out for a coffee? And then we go. From there, I put words in his mouth. You know, he's mine. He took me out for coffee. You know, he likes me. You know, of all people, he likes me. And from there, I'm obsessed with this guy.
And then the problem is now, because you really want to keep him or to keep like the ownership, you try to even go beyond what it should be in the dating. You find you'd want him maybe to kiss you, or you try to make it like it's more intimate than it should be. Kuna wale unaona wako kwa date na wanachokozana chini ya meza. That is nonsensical.